What's the haps, chaps? Tonight, we open up Final Fantasy TCG, Final Fantasy VII Remake, two-player starter set, Avalanche versus Shinra. Let's get it. Okay. I played this game probably a grand total of 3 or 4 times. Very reminiscent to Magic, but from what I recall, there was a mechanic where you can always pitch a card, discard a card or whatnot, in order to make some mana. So it's like if you discard a certain color card, you get like 2 mana of that color. Something like that. It's been a while. Okay, let's start with the Rufus, because Cloud is probably something to anticipate. Okay. Okay, so what we got in here, 2 pre-constructed decks, 50 cards each, Avalanche and Shinra, and a quick starter guide, 2 of them. Let's start with the quick starter guide, matter of fact. Yeah, let's see what I can remember from Final Fantasy TCG. Okay, this side or this side? This side. Okay, yeah, let's go over it, matter of fact. Final Fantasy TCG Starter Guide. What is Final Fantasy TCG? An exciting card game where characters of the Final Fantasy series meet and fight together. How to read a card. There are 4 types of cards. You can recognize a card's type by the shape, color, and name of the text box on the left side. Do I want to do all this or just open up the pace? And let's skim over it first. Battle with various characters, deck construction, exactly 50 cards, 3 copies max, set of 3s. How to win, attack your opponent with the forwards. So there's forwards in this game, and deal them 1 point of damage every time they don't block. Repeat this until you have dealt them 7 points of damage to win. Alternatively, you also win when your opponent's deck runs out and they can't draw anymore. Okay? Mill the guy, you win. Do 7 points of damage to the guy, to the opponent, you win. So, okay, just bolded text. Conditions of victory. Deal 7 points of damage to your opponent. Your opponent can't draw their next card. Deal damage when your opponent's deck is empty. Okay. Straightforward. Got the flow chart and everything. Okay, so it looks like 8 colors in FFTCG. We got fire, ice, wind, earth, which is yellow. We got lightning, which is purple. Water, which is... okay, it looks like dark purple. We got light and dark. Light and dark cards are powerful and can be played using the CP, crystal power, I believe, CP, of any element. However, there can only be 1 character of either affiliation on the field. Light and dark cards don't generate CP when discarded, so be careful not to include too many in your deck. Yeah, that CP thing that I was talking about, you discard a card, you generate CP, crystal power, I believe. How to read a card. There are 4 types of cards. You can recognize a card's type by the shape, color, and name in the text box on the left side. Okay, we got forwards and backups, and then we got monsters. Yeah, let's just read it. Deals damage, forwards, deals damage to your opponent or protects you by blocking their forwards. Okay. Backups, provide supports from the rear without participating in the battle by producing CP or with their abilities. Monsters can use various abilities from the turn in which they are played onto the field, including those with tap abilities. Okay, and summons. Summons are put into the break zone straight after use, but come with powerful abilities. They can be used at any time and can respond to other abilities and summons. Okay. I guess they're like one-time use creatures. I kind of forgot about summons. All right. Cost and element is the 1, so that'll cost you 4, maybe CP. Cost. The number indicates the cost required to play the card. The element is indicated by the color of the crystal. So, yeah, that's going to cost you 4, what is that, water? 4 water crystal power. We got card name, of course. We got card type, job, category, the subtypes. We got the text. We got the card number, rarity. We got the power. Okay, power only present in forward cards. The power right there. So that's a 7,000. You know, these Japanese games just adding superfluous zeros. Extra zeros for no good reason. But, okay, only present in forward cards indicates the strength of the forward and how much damage it inflicts in battle. When receiving damage over this value, the card breaks. It must be put into the break zone, into the graveyard for us Magic players. Damage received only affects the defense. E.g., a 9,000 forward takes 4,000 damage. Then its defense goes down to 5,000 until the end of turn, but its attack remains 9,000. Okay, important points. If the 3 cards stacked on each other's icon is not present, only 1 card of the same name, even with a different serial number, can enter the field at the same time. Legendary, old legendary rule. Backups enter the field dull. You can't have more than 5 backups on the field. Pokemon bench, no more than 5 backups. Bench. Only 1 light or dark character can be on your field at the same time. Okay. Yeah, legendary rule with that 3 cards stacked on each other. Types of icons. This deal right here, this flame looking thing, red, indicates the element of CP. In this case, the red icon indicates the cost of 1 fire CP. Man, it would have been real nice if they would have defined CP earlier in this, but I'm sure they'll get it to it right there. Okay, elementless CP. The cost can be paid with CP of any element. So, okay, generic mana, whatever. Okay, tap indicates the character must be changed from active to dull. Active, dull, ready, tapped. Special ability indicates that a card of the same name must be discarded. Special ability. Cool. Okay, rarity goes from legend, hero. Okay, low, S is below common. Common, rare, hero, legend. Okay. How to play a card. Yeah, I mean, it's turned into a tutorial how to play and a unboxing. It is what it is. Okay, how to play a card. When playing cards, you must pay each card's required CP. Crystal points. Yeah, like I thought. Acquiring CP. In order to play cards, you must first acquire CP. There are 2 ways to produce CP. 1, dull or backup. Okay, yeah, the backups in the game, they are actually like lands. They're mana generators. So, dull or backup, you get 1 CP. Produces 1 Earth CP since since Marlene is an Earth type. Or you can discard from your hand to generate 2 CP. You discard this soldier from hand, you get 2 CP. So, alright. Yeah, that's pretty innovative. When you discard a card from hand, you gain 2 CP of the same type of element as the discarded card. When you discard a multi-element card, you can choose one of the elements that the discarded card possesses and will receive 2 CP of the chosen element. It is not possible to gain 1 CP of each of the card's element. Gotta choose. Okay, let's read this thing about dulling a backup. When you dull a backup, you gain 1 CP of the same element as the card. In the case of multiple elements, choose 1. Already? Pay the CP. When you play a card, you must pay the required CP cost with at least 1 CP of the element of the card. In the cases of light and dark, there is no element requirement. When paying this card, 3 CP must be paid with at least 1 fire CP. So, if this were Force of Will, it'll be that 1 circle or whatever, and then the other 2 are generic. Okay. When playing this card, a total cost of CP must be paid with at least 1 fire and 1 earth CP because it's got the 2 little dots. That's pretty cool. Never noticed that. Red and yellow dot. Okay. Important points. Light and dark cards can be played by paying the CP cost with CP of any element. You can't discard light and dark cards to produce CP. Facts. When you produce more CP than required, any extra CP is lost and can't be used to pay for another ability or another card. Okay. All right. we got abilities. There are four types of character abilities that will help you get closer to victory. Action abilities, syntax, cost effects. This ability can be used by paying the cost. Forwards and backups abilities include tap, and their cost can't be used until the controller's next turn. So they got summoning sickness. They can't be tapped to use their stuff as soon as they're played. Unless if the card has haste. Haste, During an action ability effect resolution, even if the character that used the ability is no longer on the field, the effect is still resolved. Field abilities. Field abilities can range from reducing the costs to increasing the power of forwards. They are only active while characters with the ability are on the field. Auto abilities. The effect of auto abilities are automatically resolved when their conditions are fulfilled. A lot of cards have auto abilities that activate when they enter the field. We got special abilities. Discard a card of the same name as the part of the cost. Unique and powerful abilities with their names written in orange on the card. The S ability, special icon, indicates that you must discard a card of the same name, even with a different serial number, as part of the cost to activate the card's special ability. Pretty cool. All right, we got Haste, First Strike. We know from Magic. If you don't, Magic, you ought to know. Freeze. A frozen character won't activate during its owner's next active phase. Cool. All right, we got Brave. Forwards with Brave trait don't dull when attacking, but can still only attack once per turn. Okay. Endurance or whatnot. Damage. If you have received the amount of damage points stated or more, this character automatically gains the subsequent ability. Okay. Search. You can search your deck for a copy of the corresponding card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. You can choose not to pick the card even if it's present in your deck simply by declaring so. Back attack. Like summons and abilities, characters with back attack can be played during the player's attack phase or main phase. They can be used to respond to opponent's actions but can't be responded to since playing a character doesn't involve the stack. Okay? Alright, to the back of this thing. Okay, we got field zones. Each player's field is made of the following zones. The field, right there, the main battlefield. The damage zone, 2. Damage zone, okay, we got damage zone. So, as you get the opponent to 7, and let's read it. When you take a point of damage, put the top card of your deck here. Once you reach 7 cards, you lose the game. Okay? Kind of like reverse prize cards in Pokemon. Okay. 3, the deck. Your deck is placed here face down. Unless specified, you are not allowed to shuffle, draw a card, or look into your deck. Having no more cards in your deck means you lose. Break zone. Broken characters discarded here. Discarded cards and cast summons are placed here. The contents of the break zone can be checked by any player at any time. Removed from the game. Exile zone. Effect stacking. I don't want to feel like going into that right now. Flow of the game. Setting up the game. Preparing the decks. 50 card decks. Draw 5. Decide a first player. Both players draw 5. The players are allowed 1 mulligan. If they don't wish to keep their hand, they can take the whole 5 cards, put them at the bottom of the deck in any order, and draw 5 new cards. Start of the game. The first player proceeds to their first turn. The game continues with each player alternating turns. The game ends when either player fulfills a winning or losing condition. Active phase. Switch all your characters turned sideways to active turned upward. Okay. Draw phase. Draw 2 cards from the top of your deck. The first player only draws 1 card on the very first turn. If a player's deck runs out of cards and they can't draw anymore, they lose. Main phase. The following actions can be done in any order. Playing a character. Cast a summon. Let's go back into that summons. By paying the cost, you may cast a summon and activate its effects. Put your played summons in your break zone. You may cast a summon after your opponent has activated an ability or cast a summon. Use an ability. By paying the cost, you may activate an action or special ability. You may activate an ability after your opponent has activated an ability or cast a summon. Attack phase. Main phase 2. Just like Magic. End phase. You know. We got attack and battles. Attack phase. After ending the main phase 1, the active player moves to their attack phase and can now attack. Attack preparation. Step. Abilities and summons may be used. Before the declaration of an attack, both players may activate abilities or cast summons, starting with the attacking player, then the defending player. Okay, 2. Attack declaration. Abilities and summons may be used. The attacking player selects an active forward and dulls it. Forwards that are already dull, have been played in the same turn, or have already attacked once, can't conduct an attack this turn. Okay, going to 3. Block declaration. Abilities and summons may be used. The defending player may choose to block with their forwards. Only active forwards can block attacks. Blocking does not dull a forward. Okay, blocking does not dull a forward. Okay, 4. Damage resolution step. Yeah, damage resolution step. The attack is blocked. Both attacking and blocking forwards deal damage to each other at the same time. A forward receiving damage equal to or exceeding its power is broken and put into their owner's break zone. All damage received by a forward is carried over until the end of the turn. The attack is not blocked. If the defending player does not block the attack, they receive 1 point of damage, regardless of the power of the attacking forward. They must then put the top card of their deck in their damage zone, face up. They immediately lose when they reach 7 points of damage. If the revealed card is marked with an EX burst icon, the EX burst effects are immediately usable. If the player can/wants to attack again, they move back to step 1 of the attack phase until they can't attack anymore, or they decide to end their attack phase. The turn then progresses to main phase 2. So main difference in between this and Magic's attack is you choose one guy to attack at a time, and then you go back through all the attack phase steps again. Okay, we got party attack, something like banding in Magic. Party attack. If the attacking player has at least 2 forwards of the same element, they can decide to form a party with those characters. In that case, the party is counted as 1 unit, and its power is equal to the sum of the power of its forward members. The defending player can block a party with one of their active forwards and decide how to divide the damage amongst the members of the attacking party. For example, the attacking player has a forward with 4,000 power and a forward with 5,000 power. If they attack separately, the attack could block both attacks with a 8,000 power forward, breaking both forwards. However, if the attacking player chooses to party attack with those forwards, even if the party is blocked, only 1 forward will be broken since the damage has to be divided. If the defending player chooses not to block, they receive 1 point of damage. Okay, always got banding. Important points. When forming a party, all the forwards' abilities can be used. A party can only benefit from the first strike if all the forwards forming the party have this trait. Okay, so both of them got to have first strike to do first strike if you want to party attack. Only the attacking player can form a party. The defending player cannot form a party. Cool. EX burst. Okay. When the defending player receives damage and reveals their damage card, if the card is marked with an EX icon in the top right corner, in the top right corner, the player triggers the card's EX burst and may immediately apply the effects of the card. EX burst is optional. The player may choose not to trigger the EX burst. When an EX burst is triggered, abilities or summons can't be used in response by either player. If a player receives 2 or more damage simultaneously from a single effect, that player will first take all points of damage into their damage zone, and then resolve each EX burst in order they enter the damage zone. Important points. In this example, the effect is activated when the card is played, blah, blah, blah. Too much. Alright, so that's that. Let's get into the real purpose of this, which was unboxing these decks. 20 minutes later. Okay. Yeah, in the comments, let me know if you've played Final Fantasy TCG. Do you still play it? Do you have an active local scene? I know when I went to Kansas City or Kansas State, one of them joints, Final Fantasy TCG was big out there. In Dallas, they used to play a little bit too. Kind of messed up my card. I hope there's not a rare. Yeah, in Dallas, I know they used to play at Common Grounds Final Fantasy, but that was about the only place I ever saw them playing too much. Okay, we got, oh man, I'm not supposed to start with Cloud. Let's put you up. Cloud, you're too exciting, Cloud. Too iconic. All right, let's go with Rufus. I don't even know who Rufus is. Let me know who Rufus is. I only played Final Fantasy VII, some Final Fantasy on Game Boy, Final Fantasy X, like the first level of Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy X-2. I played a little chunk of that. And got some friends now trying to make me play Final Fantasy XIV. But, I play card games. All right, Rufus. Shinra Electric Company. President of Shinra. He's a Ford. First strike in Brave. Damage 5. When Rufus enters the field, you may pay snow. Yeah, let me pull them things out. What are they? Again, you may pay ice, baby, lightning, 2 generic. When you do, choose any number of job members of the Turks with different names in your break zone. Play them onto the field. 9,000 power. Okay. Right? And we got full play set of 3 of Rufus. Then we got Sing. Member of the Turks. Ford. 4-drop lightning. The job member of Turks Fords other than Sing you control gain plus 2,000 power. When Sing enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 job member of the Turks among them to your hand and return the other cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. Then you may play 1 job member of the Turks from your hand onto the field. Okay. Do you get to play that free? Sounds like you get to play it free. All right. We got the full play set of 3 Sings. Okay, then we got Rude. All 3 Rudes. Rude is a 3-drop lightning. Ford, member of the Turks. If you control a job president of Shinra, the job member of the Turks Ford you control gain plus 1,000 power and Brave. At the beginning of the attack phase during each of your turns, if you control 4 or more job member of the Turks, dull all Fords your opponent controls. At the beginning of your attack phase during each of your turns, if you control 4 or more. Okay, get 4 Turks out, you get some free attacks. That seems like game crushing. 7,000 power. Okay, we got Reno. 7,000 power. 3-drop lightning. Member of the Turks. Ford. If you control a job president of Shinra, the job member of Turks, Fords you control gain plus 1,000 power and first strike. At the beginning of the attack phase during each of your turns, if you control 4 or more job member of Turks, all the job member of Turks Fords you control gain haste until the end of turn. Cool. Full complement of Reno. Okay, we got Elena. Ford, member of the Turks. Yeah, now they doing the chibis. They got a lot of chibi art in this game. Ford with haste, 2-drop lightning. Pictologica 7, whatever Pictologica is. All right, haste. If you control a card named Rufus, Elena gains plus 2,000 power. Elena can only attack if you control 4 or more Fords, or if you control a job member of the Turks Ford other than Elena. That shouldn't be hard. 7,000 power. 3 of them. We got Rude. We already had a Rude. Different type of Rude with more graphical art on them. 3-drop Lightning Forward from 7, Member of the Turks. If you control a card named Rufus, Rude gains plus 3,000 power. If you control a job member of the Turks other than Rude, Rude gains first strike. Cool. And I didn't say it earlier, but first strike is where when you attack, the opponent doesn't get the chance to counterattack if they die. So you would hit them first, and if they happen to die, that's just what that is. They die. Okay. But if they do survive, they do get to hit you back. Okay, Reno. Another Reno. 2 of these Reno. Forward, Member of the Turks. If you control a card named Rufus, Reno gains plus 3,000 power. If you control a job member of the Turks other than Reno, Reno gains haste. 2 of them. President Shinra. EX Burst card. First backup. From 7, EX Burst. When President Shinra enters the field, you may search for one card named Rufus or a job member of the Turks and add it to your hand. So if you get hit and you reveal this card from the top of your deck, you get to do the EX Burst if you want to. Cool. We got another Lightning backup. Summoner for 1 from FFT. Backup standard unit. No power. Yeah, because only the forwards have power. These are basically lands, the backups, with some added tricks to them. But standard unit, 2 of them. We got Black Mage. 2-drop backup. Costs 2 crystal points. One of them's got to be lightning. And this one actually has that 3 thing on it. Let's read what that 3 thing is again. I think I forgot. The 3 cards thing is something about it being a unique card, legendary rule. The 3 thing is 3 thing. What that 3 thing is? Where is the 3 thing? 3 card thing. Come on, rule book. What a 3 card thing is. Okay. If the 3 card icon is not present, only one of the card, if the 3 icon is not present, only one card of the same name, even with a different serial number, can enter the field at the same time. This doesn't include your opponent's cards. Alright, whatever that is. Black Mage 2. Backup, standard unit. When Black Mage enters the field, choose one forward your opponent controls. It loses 4,000 power until the end of the turn. Okay. We got another Black Mage for 2 as well. A different guy. Backup, standard unit. Pay 2 lightning. Tap this guy. Put Black Mage into the break zone. Choose one lightning summon in your break zone. Add it to your hand. Okay. And this is lightning, the purple. Alright, we got, 3 of those. And then we got Ramu. Summon. Not a forward. Not a backup, but a summon, okay? The 3rd type of card, basically. A summon. They are, I guess they're instants. They seem to be instants. 3-drop Rama from Mobius in 7. Summon. Select 2 of the 4 following actions. Choose one monster of cost 2 or less, break it. Choose one forward of cost 4 or less, dull it, tap it. Choose one active forward, deal it 7,000 damage. Choose one lightning forward, it gains haste until the end of the turn. Cool. 3 of those Ramus. We got the forward, Kadaj, and that's of the ice element. Okay. Kadaj got the EX burst on it. It's a forward remnant from 7. EX burst. When Kadaj enters the field, you may search for one job remnant other than card name Kadaj and add it to your hand. When Kadaj or a job remnant enters your field, choose one character opponent controls. Freeze it. 6,000 power. Got a whole 3 of them. We got Yazoo. 2-drop ice. It's a forward remnant from 7. When Yazoo enters the field, choose one character opponent controls. dull it, which is tap it. When Yazoo is put into the field, is put from the field into the break zone, choose one character opponent controls, dull it, and freeze it. Cool. 2 of those. We got Lowe's 3-drop ice, dude. Forward Remnant from 7. The job Remnant forwards, other than Lowe's you control, gain plus 2,000 power. When Lowe's is put from the field into the break zone, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. 7,000 power. Okay, then we got the backups. 1-drop Summoner, standard unit, FFT. Got the 3 deal on it. So only 1 on the field at the same time. Something like that. We'll figure that out in a minute. Alright, backup. Cool. We got 2 of those. Then we got the Bard 2-drop ice backup standard unit from Final Fantasy 3. Okay, you spend 1 ice, you tap it, put Bard into the break zone, choose 1 forward, and you dull it. 2 of those. Then we got Black Mage 2-drop ice backup standard unit. Tap this Black Mage, put Black Mage into the break zone, choose 1 dull, choose 1 dull forward, and deal it 4,000 damage. Okay, no. I'm reading that wrong. So you choose 1 dull forward, deal it 4,000 damage. Hopefully, in efforts to kill it. To break it, rather. Okay, we got Bard 2-drop ice, standard unit, a backup. Put Bard into the break zone, choose 1 forward, and freeze it. Okay. And we got Hades, final card. 5-drop ice, it's a summon from Mobius, FF7. Okay, you choose 1 dull forward, you break it. That forward's controller discards 1 card from their hand. Okay. So that was 32 minutes. I think I will actually save this highly anticipated cloud deck for another day. And I hope y'all enjoyed that quick how to play on Final Fantasy VII TCG. And hopefully I can see one of y'all out there one day and challenge y'all to a Final Fantasy VII duel. With that, I'll be signing out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one. I will holler, and peace.